You walk into a store. You see a beautiful dress. You try it on. You buy it. You get home, you put it on with your shoes and your bag, and you stand in front of the mirror. And something is just off. The dress looked stunning on the hanger. It looked promising in the fitting room. But somehow, standing in your own mirror, it is not giving you what you imagined. It is not elegant. It is not polished. It is not the vision you had in your head when you handed over your card. And almost every woman in this situation makes the same mistake. She blames the dress. But here is what nobody is telling you. The dress is almost never the problem. The problem is the styling. And more specifically, 7 very common styling mistakes that quietly drain the elegance out of even the most beautiful dress. Mistakes that most women over 60 are making right now without even realizing it. I am going to walk you through every single one of them today. And I promise you, by the time we reach mistake number 4, you will never look at fabric the same way again. Because mistake number 4 is the silent difference between a dress that looks expensive and one that looks cheap. And it has nothing to do with the price tag. Welcome to Timeless Style Woman. Let us get into it. Mistake number 1. The shapeless dress that hides everything, including you. I want to say something that might feel a little uncomfortable. And I say it with complete respect and love for every woman watching this. The baggy, shapeless, oversized dress is not your friend. I know why we reach for it. I completely understand the appeal. No clinginess. No pinching. No areas highlighted that we would rather keep private. Sounds like the perfect solution. But here is what actually happens when you put on a dress that falls completely straight from the shoulders with zero definition anywhere. Instead of looking relaxed and elegant, you look wider, heavier, and less polished than you actually are. The dress is not hiding your shape. It is replacing your shape with a rectangle. And a rectangle is nobody's most flattering silhouette. And here is the part that genuinely surprises women when they hear it. Most women wear shapeless dresses specifically to look slimmer. But hiding your proportions does not create a slim silhouette. It simply removes your silhouette entirely. Now, I am not telling you to wear anything tight or fitted or uncomfortable. Please hear me clearly on that. The most elegant women over 60 are not wearing bodycon dresses. They are wearing dresses that gently acknowledge the shape underneath. There is a significant difference. A shirt dress with a subtle waist seam. A soft A-line that schemes the body. A wrap dress that creates a natural waistline. A tiered dress with gentle movement. Even a relaxed linen dress works beautifully when it has some indication that a woman lives inside it. All it takes is a little definition. A belt worn loosely. A seam in the right place. A gentle tuck at the waist. The moment a dress acknowledges your shape, the entire outfit immediately looks more intentional, more modern, and infinitely more elegant. Tell me in the comments, are you someone who gravitates toward looser, more relaxed dress styles? Because I think this is one of the most common and most fixable mistakes in the over 60 wardrobe. And I want to know if this resonates with you. Mistake number 2. Wearing the wrong length for your height and body. This one is quietly ruining outfits for thousands of women every single day. And almost nobody talks about it directly enough. Here is the fundamental thing to understand about dress length. The eye naturally stops where the dress ends. That is simply how vision works. Which means your hemline is not just a finishing detail. It is actively shaping how your legs and your entire body appear to everyone who looks at you. If your hemline cuts across the widest part of your calf, your legs will look shorter and heavier than they are. If your dress is slightly too long for your frame, it will overwhelm your proportions and make you appear smaller and less confident than you feel. And if the hemline hits an unflattering spot on your knee, even the most beautiful dress can suddenly look frumpy and dated. This is exactly why some dresses feel wonderful on the hanger and deeply disappointing on your body. The length is working against you, not with you. For most women over 60, the most consistently flattering lengths are around the knee, just below the knee, or a midi length that falls at the slimmest part of the calf, not the widest. These lengths create clean proportions and a longer, more elegant line from waist to hem. And for petite women specifically, this becomes even more critical. A dress that is even slightly too long can visually shorten your entire frame. The solution is not to avoid midi dresses. It is to find the exact midi length that works for your specific body. Because when that hemline lands in the right place, something almost magical happens. Your legs look longer, your posture looks taller, and the whole dress suddenly looks like it was made specifically for you. Mistake number 3. Jersey fabric that reveals more than you intended. Jersey sounds like a dream. Soft, stretchy, comfortable, easy to wear. And if I am being completely honest, there are days when a jersey dress is genuinely the best thing in the wardrobe. But here is the part nobody warns you about. Thin, clingy jersey has one very consistent habit. It highlights everything. Every curve. Every line. Every layer underneath. Instead of skimming gracefully over the body, it clings to the exact areas most of us would prefer it did not. You have probably experienced this yourself. A dress that looks perfectly lovely when you are standing completely still. But the moment you walk, sit down, or catch your reflection from a different angle, the fabric is suddenly telling a very detailed story about your body that you did not intend to share. And the result is not elegant. It is simply distracting. Now I want to be very clear. This is not a reason to avoid jersey dresses entirely. Jersey can be absolutely beautiful. The secret is in the weight and quality of the fabric. A quality ponte knit. A thicker jersey blend. A dress with strategic draping built into the design. These options move beautifully without clinging to every contour. They create a smooth, polished silhouette that feels as comfortable as the thin jersey you have been reaching for, but looks dramatically more sophisticated. Because the most elegant dresses do not reveal the details of your body. They suggest your shape while keeping the beautiful mystery intact. Subscribe to Timeless Style Woman right now if you have not already. Every single video on this channel is dedicated to helping you dress with more confidence, more elegance, and more intention at exactly this stage of life. Hit subscribe and stay with this community. Mistake number 4. And this is the one I promised you at the beginning. Ignoring fabric weight. And I genuinely believe this single mistake is responsible for more disappointing outfits than almost anything else on this list. Here is something that elegant women seem to understand almost instinctively, even if they cannot always explain why. They understand fabric weight. They can pick up a dress, feel the fabric between their fingers, watch how it falls from the hanger, and know immediately whether it is going to look expensive or cheap on their body. And here is the truth that the fashion industry does not advertise loudly enough. Fabric weight is often more important than the design of the dress itself. When a fabric is too thin for the style it has been cut into, it cannot hold its shape. It clings where it should skim. It wrinkles within an hour of wearing. It collapses instead of draping. And no matter how beautiful the color or the print, the overall effect looks flimsy, inexpensive, unintentional. On the other end, fabric that is too heavy adds bulk. Feels stiff. It overwhelms the body and makes even a simple dress look heavy and labored. The most elegant dresses live in the middle. They have enough weight to drape beautifully and hold their shape throughout an entire day, but enough movement and fluidity to flow naturally as you walk. Quality crepe. Substantial cotton blends. Ponte knit. Soft linen blends. Silk blends. A beautifully cut rayon. These are the fabrics that make a simple dress look effortlessly expensive. Here is a test you can do the very next time you are shopping for a dress. Hold the dress up by the shoulders and let go with one hand. Watch what the fabric does. Does it skim downward gracefully and fall cleanly? Or does it collapse, wrinkle, cling to itself, or stand away from the body stiffly? Because expensive-looking style has far less to do with the actual cost of the dress than with how the fabric behaves on your body. Get the fabric right, and even the simplest, most inexpensive dress can look completely luxurious. I want to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever bought a dress that looked beautiful on the hanger and disappointing on your body because of the fabric? I think almost every woman watching this has that exact experience at least once. Tell me below. Mistake number 5. Choosing the wrong neckline for your face and frame. Here is a question I want you to sit with for a moment. When you try on a dress, what do you look at first? Most women look at the dress itself. The length, the fit, the color, how it sits on the hips or the waist. But here is what the most elegantly dressed women look at first. Their face. Because the neckline is the frame around your face. It is the first detail that draws the eye when someone looks at you. And it has an enormous impact on whether the entire outfit feels balanced, flattering, and elegant, or slightly heavy and closed in. A high crew neckline can sometimes make a fuller bust appear heavier and make the neck look shorter. A very high or tight neckline can also feel visually severe, especially on a petite frame or a shorter neck. But necklines that create openness around the face do something quite beautiful. They lift the entire look. They draw attention upward. They make you look brighter, more open, and more elegant from the very first glance. V-necklines create length and draw the eye vertically, which is almost universally flattering. Soft scoop necks gently soften the upper body without revealing too much. A graceful boat neck looks incredibly chic on women with narrower shoulders and elegant collarbones. Here is the test. When you try on a dress, stop looking at the dress. Look at your face in the mirror. Does the neckline make your face look brighter and more open? Or does something feel slightly heavier and more closed around your features? Because the right neckline does not just flatter the dress. It flatters you. And that is the entire point. Mistake number 6. Shoes that cut your silhouette in half. This one is going to change the way you get dressed in the morning. And I want you to remember it every single time you reach for a pair of shoes to wear with a dress. Your shoes are not just finishing the outfit. They are affecting the entire silhouette. And the wrong shoes can quietly undo everything a beautiful dress is trying to do for your body. Here is exactly what happens. Dark shoes with a light or bright dress. Heavy chunky shoes with a soft, flowing fabric. Thick ankle straps with a midi or maxi dress. All of these create a hard horizontal line that visually cuts your body in half. And once that line is broken, the long, elegant, uninterrupted silhouette that a dress naturally creates simply disappears. The dress that was doing beautiful things for your proportions is suddenly making you look shorter, heavier, less refined. And the shoes are the reason. Now here is the good news. The fix is wonderfully simple and completely free. Choose shoes that continue the line of the dress rather than interrupting it. Pointed toe flats, elegant slingbacks, sleek loafers, refined strappy sandals. Shoes in a color that is close to your skin tone are particularly powerful because they create the longest possible leg line with zero effort. Even a modest low heel in a neutral tone can make a remarkable difference to the overall elegance of an outfit. The goal is not height. The goal is flow. When the eye travels smoothly from your shoulders all the way down to the floor without stopping, without being interrupted by a jarring color change or a heavy sole, everything about the outfit looks more polished, more balanced, and significantly more expensive. Mistake number 7. The one mistake that is easiest to fix and most consistently overlooked. Wearing a dress without a third piece. Have you ever put on a dress, looked in the mirror and thought it is nice but something is missing, and I cannot put my finger on what it is? That feeling has a name. And the solution has a name too. What is missing is a third piece. When a dress is worn entirely on its own, especially a simple or understated dress, the outfit can feel flat, unfinished, like you got dressed but did not quite get styled. There is a real difference between those two things, and I think most women over 60 know exactly what I mean. The third piece is what bridges that gap. A blazer, a lightweight cardigan, a crop jacket, a linen shirt worn open over the dress, a chic waistcoat, a tailored duster coat. These pieces add visual depth, structure, and the kind of intentionality that makes an outfit look like it was put together by someone who genuinely understands style. And here is why the third piece is so particularly powerful for women over 60. It gives you control. It can define your waist. It can add beautiful vertical lines that elongate your silhouette. It can soften the arms if that is an area you prefer to cover. And it can take a dress that cost almost nothing and make it look like it cost a great deal. Now I want to be clear. Not every dress needs a third piece. Some dresses are so beautifully complete that adding anything would actually take away from them. But when an outfit feels unfinished and you cannot identify why, reach for one more layer before you walk out the door. Because elegantly dressed women rarely rely on a dress alone. They understand that sometimes the difference between looking dressed and looking beautifully styled is simply one extra piece. 7 mistakes. 7 fixes. And here's what strikes me most about every single one of them. None of them require a new wardrobe. None of them require spending more money. Every single one of them is simply a smarter, more intentional choice made with what you already own, or what you are already shopping for. That is what dressing beautifully after 60 is really about. Not buying more. Not chasing trends. Not dressing to please anyone else. It is about understanding what genuinely flatters you, what elevates you, and wearing it with the kind of quiet confidence that no store can sell you. You already have that confidence. We are just making sure your dress is keeping up with it. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 mistakes have you been making without realizing it? And which one are you fixing first? Drop it in the comments below, because this community is full of women who are done settling, and your answer might be exactly what someone else needed to read today. If this video gave you something useful, share it with a woman in your life who deserves to feel this good about getting dressed. And if you are not yet part of Timeless Style Woman, subscribe now. This is the channel built for the most elegant, most self-possessed chapter of a woman's life. See you in the next one.